Bro, it was like 92 degrees out yesterday, and I woke up this morning and I'm freaking freezing. It dropped to like 50 degrees, but anyway, you guys don't care about that. What you care about is the fragrances I'm going to be talking about today. So I figured it was just about time for kids to go back to school. So every year I come out and I make a list of what I think. I actually talked to my nephew and I talked to a couple other. I have like 10 kids in my family that are under the age of 18. And so I get their opinions on what fragrances are great and what fragrances are being worn at school a lot. And some of them are really shocking. And I'm not adding them to them, but I'll talk to you guys about those. But if you guys want to know 12 great fragrances that are great for going back to school, here are those. So without further ado, let's get it. What's good, my great smelling dudes? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Randy, aka Fragrance Dude, back at you talking about some back to school fragrances. Again, there is a ton of fragrances that I've been talking to my nephew. I've been talking to a bunch of the other kids in my family as to what's being worn in school. Like Spice Bomb Infrared is one of them, and I'm like, you don't wear that to school. That's spicy. That's benzoin. Like you don't wear it to school. I mean, I would, but that's just because I think it smells great. And I mean, wear what you want. But then there's like Louis Vuitton Imagination. Like I understand having like apparently they're actually kids with the bottles of Imagination. When I was growing up, my mom wouldn't even buy a PlayStation for our whole family. That was like, I mean, I understand different times, but to ask your mom to buy you a $350 fragrance, I don't know what parent would say yes. Unless you're like super uber rich. It's like, plus on top of that, Imagination isn't for kids. I guess kids just have changed nowadays. So with that said, I did add a few to this list that are a little outside the box for what should be at school, but safety spot. Anyway, with that said, make sure to hit the subscribe button. Everybody smash that like, comment below. Let me know what fragrance that you're going to be buying going back to school. Or if you're not in school, what fragrance you're just going to buy for yourself just because you like fragrances. Anyway, this is a brand new release. It had to be on the list. It's one of my favorite releases of the year. This one's been hyped up by a lot of people. It is the new Ralph Lauren Ralph's Club New York. Has the flask bottle. If you guys have ever seen it, really, really cool. And in the PR package that they sent me, they sent a tester of what would be black currant, but like dehydrated black currants, and they smelled like raisins. But I know what black currant smells like. You can smell it in here. It's like a darker fruity tone. It doesn't smell like raisins, but maybe in this one it does. I just want to let you know, if you did get that PR package, that's not actually how the black currant oils smell usually. I think they were just trying to be fun with it. Anyway, this is fruity. It is a signature scent through and through, but it is great for any season. If you tried the Polo 67s, the YSL myself, it's in that style, but it also does something different because it's heavier on the black currant. It still has this the Ralph's Club DNA, which is kind of like a more modern aromatic sweetness. And that's why I've always liked the DNA. The only one I don't like is the EDP. And the only one that doesn't smell like the DNA is the Elixir, which I'm not a big fan of. I know some people are. A lot more grown-up, smoky orris. Anyway, this one and the Parfum are down the same path as being that kind of sweet aromatic. This one just on top of that adds this nice vanillic tone, as well as that black currant that really just adds some depth and fruitiness to the fragrance. Very beautiful, nice signature scent, great to wear all season long at school, especially now going into the cooler months. It's a great one. This is one of my favorite fragrances of all time. You can't get through a school list without putting this, because I guarantee you about a quarter of the people in your school are either wearing Sauvage or this. This is Azzaro's The Most Wanted Eau de Parfum Intense. I gotta say, I was one of the first people to get this, as was Jeff from SoCal Scents. He got his before me. And then whenever the Parfum came out, I got that first of any reviewer. These fragrances, this and the Parfum especially, are absolutely phenomenal fragrances. This one, it smells like you're walking into like a bakery. It's toffee. It's like a sweet and spicy cardamom toffee mixture. And then you get this nice vanillic tone underneath it. It's just an absolutely beautiful, sweet scent that has this masculinity to it, but also remaining youthful. And even though this is slightly more night out and slightly more cold weather, you can wear this pretty much all year. This is my signature. My wife said if there's two fragrances that might be your signature, the number one is this. Number two is your layering. And you guys take my word for this. There's always all these people who talk about apple pie scents and saying Parfums de Marly Wajan, great apple pie. There's no apple in it. Killing Angel Share, it's an apple pie. No, it's not. It's a cinnamon bun drink. There's no apple in it. If you want an apple pie, spray together the original Boss Bottled or Boss Bottled EDP Intense, and then on top of that or below it, doesn't matter, Spice Bomb Infrared. Cinnamon, benzoin, resins, mix that together with the apple from the Boss Bottled, and you have yourself an apple pie. My wife said that she loves that stuff. Anyway, Most Wanted, great stuff. If you want to smell fresh, clean, this one was released this year. Very, very, very inexpensive if you're looking for something inexpensive. Mont Blanc Legend Blue. This has a little bit of everything. In the opening, it has this kind of Invictus Aqua meets Boss Bottled Absolute. Not Absolute, Absolute. Which is an older one that kind of has this green fruity top. And then it gets more into this aromatic, woody brightness and Baroxen style. This one has this mintiness that the Boss Bottled Absolute has. And most people don't know Absolute. It came out like 8 years ago. So not talking about the newer one. But this one, it's fresh, clean with the Mont Blanc Legend DNA. Minty top, a bit fruity. Absolutely fantastic. Great to wear to school. Any girl out there is going to think that you smell great wearing this, in my opinion. It's a very easy to like fragrance that has a very similar DNA to Mont Blanc Legend Abercrombie and Fitch Fierce, just with mint and fruitiness on top. And then there's like the niche version of that. That's the next one on our list. This is Parfums de Marly Percival. This is a citrus salad and Baroxen woody tones. Nice, bright. This is going to be for somebody who is in high school who wants to smell more masculine. You're a little bit more grown up and you want to smell more like a man and not like a boy who's living in a man's body. Like if you're one of those guys that's in high school that actually, like me, had a mustache and a beard, this is going to be perfect and it's going to match your aura. And if you're on the football team and you want to walk down the hall and have that vibe, this is exactly what you want to wear. Parfums de Marly Percival. It's going to bring that vibe of masculinity while also making you smell like a teenager should. With that said, teenager fragrance in a bottle. A lot of people have been asking about this entire line, but Valentino Born in Roma Intense. Valentino Born in Roma Intense. It's really the best of all worlds in this line. It has the fruitiness from the Coral Fantasy. It has the vanilla from Yellow Dream. It has that kind of almost salty sweetness you get from the original, the bubblegummy sweetness. Mix that all into one and you have it and smoothing it out. That's what Valentino Born in Roma Intense is. If you like vanillas, then you're definitely going to like this scent. It's more of like an aromatic vanilla scent. And if you like that, then Valentino Born in Roma Intense. To me, that or Coral Fantasy are probably the two best in the line. My most wearable one is the EDT. My wife just absolutely loves that. Is it my favorite in the line? No, but it's my wife's favorite. So I wear it all the time. Anyway, I would recommend the EDP because I know that's a lot of kids' favorites. It gives me a headache, but I'm going to recommend this because it's the brand new one. This is the YSL Les Parfums 2025 edition. The EDP is more apple and it's more sweet. So if you like sweeter versions of this, when you're at Macy's or if you're trying them out, or if you know what the YSL DNA smells like, Then the EDP, if you like more sweetness, go with that. If you want more kind of grown up, some green tones, this is the best one that would be closest to like a spring version of the YSL DNA, but it's an all season. It still has a little bit of that Le Parfum in there, but it's still the clary sage geraniums that you know from the line. It's a little bit more grown up, a little bit less sweetness than all of the other Ys. And then it has a little bit of that depth and darkness you got from the Le Parfum. The original Le Parfum is a bit better, but still, this is probably top 2 or 3 in the current line right now. But that's YSL Y Le Parfum, brand new release as of this year. This one is basically a no-brainer. I had to put it on the list, but it's not this one specifically because this is discontinued. It's just what I would wear from the line. Really, you can pick any from this line and you're going to smell good. Everybody, it's a popular line. Any of the Aqua de Joes. Really, any of the Aqua de Joes. Well, I am worn out on the DNA. I'm not going to tell a kid it's in middle school and high school that Aqua de Joe doesn't work, because it does. I still spray this on, or any other Aqua de Joe. My wife will say, you smell good. So if you want to make sure you 100% smell good, and then it's going to be long lasting, basically any of the Aqua de Joes. Even the new Profondo EDP, which has more of like a bubblegum vibe to that, it still smells really good. And so whether it's this, Profondo Lights, Profondo EDP, the new Aqua de Joe, which is still the original Aqua de Joe and it lasts longer, any of those are going to work fine. Really, any Armani. I wouldn't recommend the Stronger With You line for school because that is too much to wear to school. And if anybody tells you different, they're lying. You do not want to wear heavy vanillas to school. The only one that I would wear from that entire line to school would probably be Freeze or the EDT because they are lighter and they are built for more signature. Well, I'd stay away from Strong With You line. And this is for all the people out there that might be watching this on TikTok. Anyway, so any of the Aqua de Joes will do fine. This is basically the perfect school scent, perfect work scent. This is known as like the #1 office scent out there. And if it's perfect for the office, it's perfect for school. If you don't want to blind anybody, you want to smell good, and it's just going to make you smell clean, fresh out of the shower, laundry done type of smell, Prada L'Homme. It's just a simple, easy, powdery, clean fragrance that is all season. It is an iris-based line. That has a bit of a powdery tone underneath it. But if you want to smell a little bit more grown up, you want to smell fresh, clean, out of the shower, as if you literally just took a bunch of dryer sheets and that's what you smell like, Prada L'Homme is pretty much what that smells like. So it's a very easy wear fragrance. This one's going to be one for anyone who wants to smell unique. I love this stuff, and now that we're going into the cooler months, this works in warm weather or cool weather, even though for me it works better in the cooler weather. This is Goldfield and Banks and Genius Ginger. While I wouldn't regularly recommend this to kids, there are those kids out there that just want to smell different from the pack. And I'm telling you, even though a lot of those will do that, those are all playing it more safe, in my opinion. This one is not playing it safe for a school kid. This is going to be something, if you've heard of Sospiro Vibrato, Bulgari Tiger, this is going to smell like if you took a lemon cake and poured ginger ale on top of it. It is a warmer, more ambery version of those gingery DNAs that are out there. And so I would recommend trying this before you buy it. But if you can get an idea of what this smells like, try it out. I guarantee you're going to enjoy this stuff. If you're somebody who likes more unique, more classic style scents, that's what this one is. It's very beautiful fragrance. Going into a cheapie. So I did Missoni Wave the other day, and that'd be another great choice for this one. Missoni Wave is $40, smells like Versace Port Homme and all those. Those are very easy wear scents. I didn't put them in this video because, I mean, that's a very easy answer. Same with Sauvage. This one is Hugo Reversed. This one is kind of like the Hugo Canteen version of like what Mont Blanc Explorer, which is another great one that I just mentioned the other day. You can get this for $20 to $30. You can get this at Burlington Coat Factory. It basically is woody, citrus, very easy wear scent. This and probably Mont Blanc Explorer are probably going to be the best two school scents. So I probably should have put Mont Blanc Explorer in this list, even though I did it 2 days ago. But if you're looking for something woody, fresh, clean, but all season, Mont Blanc Explorer and Hugo Reverse. Hugo Reverse is just, and well, it's Mont Blanc Explorer for the smaller size is like $25. So they're like in the same realm. I would probably go with Explorer over this. But if you're looking for something that is its own twist and you already own Explorer, Hugo Reversed is a really nice one. And even though on camera it looks like it's not reversed, it's backwards. It's just so weird. When you do it on camera, it looks right. If you're looking for, I wanted to put this on the list because people just don't talk about it anymore. I don't understand. They talk about the elixir and the parfum. And honestly, I still think that the discontinued Privé, the original, and Lucky are still the three best in the line, like by far. It's not even close to me. But the original 1 million, I mean, the original 1 million is not played out unless you live in like LA or Europe. This stuff smells so good. Sweet, ambery, cinnamon, honey. It's just like a beautiful compilation. There's a reason why it's one of the most popular fragrances of all time. If you're looking for something sweet, sensual, great in cool weather, but also works in warm weather, the original 1 million is just fantastic. I get compliments on this from my wife, family members, every single time I wear this scent. So the original 1 million or 1 million Lucky if you want more of a fruity version of it, but they're just absolutely phenomenal. I mean, has some nice woody dry down, but it's focused around spices and sweetness while also being very smooth and unique. Very, very nice. There's a lot of fragrances that tried to do what that did, but even nowadays, they're going down the leathery route, the orange blossom route. Well, I still want to go back to the sweetness route. There's a reason why the Most Wanted EDP Intense is the most popular Most Wanted. There's a reason why this was so popular. There's a reason why Jean Paul Gaultier Le Male Elixir is so popular. It's because that's the type of DNA people like. I don't know why they're doing all this orange blossom lately. But with that said, speaking of like orange blossom and that type of scent, I could have done YSL Myself Le Parfum for my last one, but I figured this is a better version, better style. This is Polo 67 Eau de Parfum, or the Eau de Toilette. If you want more of a fresher, less richer take, the Eau de Toilette also works. This is a warm citrus-like sweet tart citrus that you mix together with that Polo 67 DNA, which is more of like a, I've said it before, it's almost like a sportier version of the YSL Myself like DNA, just with more of this nice citrus. But I actually like this better than the YSL Myself DNA. If you like Polo 67, and this is like literally made for teenagers and middle school kids. Yes, you can have it up to my age. It's totally fine. You can have it. It's an anytime fragrance. Wear what you like. And again, if you like imagination and your parents are willing to buy you that or a clone, then get that too. I just wouldn't recommend that to a school kid. Polo 67, I would. It's an absolutely fantastic fragrance. Definitely get your nose on it if you haven't. But those are 12 fragrances that are great for the school. If you want any kind of clone recommendations, again, imagination, you have Game of Spades, Full House. That's like almost like a slight cooling version of that. You have Tarathi Blue, which is a clone of goodness. It's a clone of Bulgari Tiger, but kind of does its own thing. There's a lot of different clones out there. I just don't really get too far into them. So if you guys want to know more about those, or if you want like a top 10 clone video, I'll obviously do that for you. Just let me know in the comments. And again, I'll be back for another one. And make sure you guys don't stay out of trouble. Don't get detention and all that good stuff. All right. Peace out.